It's Saturday morning, about 10:30. I'm in the process of making a bunch of pancakes that I'll put in the fridge and draw from every day. I do that kind of thing. What do I have left food-wise to eat up in the fridge? Scandinavian cream soup, which I think is probably still good. There's not much of it left. So I have to make some new food for the week, but it's questionable whether or not the electric will be turned off again. They mentioned it. I don't know. My son got note of it that it could possibly go off again. This is bizarre to me. I used to hear about New York City rolling blackouts or brownouts, as they called it, to conserve electricity and all that. We have not far from here, east of here, towards Palm Springs, is fields and fields of these cool wind generators, and they look really awesome. They don't kill any whales, I'm telling you. They don't kill whales, and there are not piles of dead birds under them. Birds are not dumb. The bird brain, maybe they can't do calculus, but they're not going to fly into that. They're giant. Each propeller part is at least 60 foot long. Any self respecting bird, unless he's having a fit of depression, is not going to fly into that. Yesterday I went and picked up some jars to make bean sprouts with. The jars I had with the screen lids that I just received, the lids were bigger around than the jars I had. So I had to get a couple jars. So I'm going to do that today. I've got a lot of cleaning up to do. I'm going to have to try to figure out how to put that garage door back to function so that I can go in and out of the house without bugging Ashley or climbing a fence. Gotta be a better way. It has to be. It's too bad. If I had enough money, I'd give it to them. They could buy that other house that has the built-in apartment with a separate entrance and everything. This was what my son fabricated for me. Bless his soul. I'm feeling a little bit. It doesn't take much anymore, and with the feeling hopeless and all that, and people around you suffering, it really brings the tears on because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to have nothing. For when someone brings you a bag of flour, you burst into tears because it's such a wonderful thing. And that's probably why I keep my pantry stocked with like beans and rice and things that you just need water to cook up, or maybe just open the can and eat it. Because I've lived with that kind of thing for so long. And I grew up knowing how to cook from scratch because I asked my grandma to teach me. And my grandpa was very resourceful. And, back in those days, a butcher gave out leg bones, ham bone or whatever, and people would give it to their dog. Or penny pinching old folks like my great aunt Frances would ask for a bone for the dog, get a bone, take it home and make soup, render it the juices and the whatever out of the bone. So I know how to live frugally. I don't want the whole future to be like that. I want to just be comfortable in my old age. I don't need fancy designer stuff. I just want to live simply and be happy. But I was thinking back in that interview I had. It was right before the electric went out. And I wasn't thinking. I was worried about the electricity. And the guy asked me a couple questions. And I wasn't thinking. Because it's like someone standing behind you with a knife, then you have to have a clear head. There's things out here, and then the government and the president-to-be Let him have a heart attack, please. I know neither the devil or God wants him. That's why we get him. Well, just give him some rakes and some leaf blowers, and they can take care of the forests, and there won't be any fires. And there's plenty of water. I don't know why the showers have to be restricted so they go drip, 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 and you have to flush the toilet 20 times. What the hell is wrong with that man? If you can call him a man, that bag of fat and a few bones. One of them is his head, bonehead. I don't know. I'm usually not one to just spill all that out there because you're not supposed to talk money in politics in polite society. But it's going to get to the point where there'll be quite a few explicatives coming out of my mouth. I have to watch my mouth because I've got little tiny ears around me that soak it all up. And if I call someone a weenie head, he starts calling people weenie heads. So if it was worse than that, I want him to be as innocent and wonderful as long as possible. A kid deserves to be a kid, not a mini adult, and not some... I saw some girls at the store, and they must have been... This was at Hobby Lobby, mind you, where a lot of religious-minded people go. I go there because they happen to have the jars I needed. And these girls must have been 8 and 10, and they were all dolled up with makeup and long hair that had like purple or orange streak, like some of the teenagers wear. And it's like, and they're dressed in tight little clothes, and I'm like, oh, I don't. And their mom probably's like, oh, they're little ladies, woo. Yeah, they're little ladies. Watch out. And if this administration coming up gets in and they start making everything that they like to do legal, your children are in danger. That lady's children are in danger. A lot of those people are groomers. A lot of those people are fucked up in the head. They want to F your children. They think it's really, they get a kick out of it. Innocence is like sugar to them, that they like it. And once they disturb it, they don't want it. You're like, use it, throw it away. Don't let that become a normal thing. That is disgusting. Children deserve to have a sweet, imaginative childhood. And as they say, until you're 5 years old, a lot of things you think are possible, like dragons flying over and taking you to the castle and wandering around and eating turkey legs like this. Just all kinds of cool stuff. Flying cars and anything you can imagine. That the world's made out of sugar, whatever. Until they start realizing those things aren't real, that's good imagination. But let them be kids, for God's sakes. I've gone on and on. I'm sorry for ranting. I will probably have a bunch of tears today, thinking about that interview, and then I typed back and thanked the guy for the interview and said I wasn't thinking clearly because our electricity was turned off. And it's a trigger. It's a trigger for all the times my gas was turned off or my electricity was turned off. And you have to pick and choose. If your electricity is turned off, it runs the blower for your furnace, so you'd rather be without gas and dress as warmly as possible and maybe do cooking on a barbecue grill in the back. That's what I had to do. When I had to choose which utility, I kept the electric on. Oh God, Shirley. I'm not going to be into the depression where I want to kill myself because I'm enjoying myself right now. But if it comes to me being trapped, I'll kill myself before they do. And I looked up to find out about the host of the game show. he has clinical depression as well. And maybe that's why I can identify people that are very creative, people that are theatrical, people that have certain gifts, whether it's autism or whatever, they get depressed. And it's not just being sad, it's grabs you and it squeezes your whole soul. Where do you think soul music came from and the blues? It came from being oppressed. That's why foreigners, like other countries, when they go to play jazz or blues, it's just not the same. You have to feel it. You have to know it from within the tiniest parts of your soul. I've been there. I'm still kind of there. Oh, Shirley, shut up. This is Saturday. We're supposed to be enjoying the day. I got a bunch of stuff to do just in case the electric goes out. Bought myself a little tiny cook stove so I don't have to try to cook over a candle. Put a little butane tank in there, click it in, and you can turn it on to make hot water. You don't realize what you have until it's gone, like the Joni Mitchell song? I'm sorry, I'm bringing everybody down. Take a look in the mirror, see yourself. Be glad you have a place to look into the mirror. A lot of people don't. And, I don't know. We don't know what the future holds. We can only imagine, and some of us can imagine a lot more. Please take care of yourselves. Please stay strong in your convictions, in your resist turning into a Stepford wife or a handmaiden. I've not seen or read that, so I can only imagine, and I don't like what I imagine. So, and I don't like what my throat has done. It's gotten all gravel gurdy. I used to think it would be cool, so I could sing like Janis Joplin and have gravel gurdy voice, but I don't like it. I want my smooth voice back. And no, I don't smoke. And no, I don't drink. And I don't holler as much, as far as I know. Not recently, anyway. Oh, gosh. You know, if I ever lose my sense of humor, you'll know I'm in trouble. Oh, it's Saturday. Enjoy. Go upward and onward.